I'm putting ChatGPT to work to see if it can create the pizza game in Roblox by itself.
Pizza time.
Actually, that's already been done.
I'm putting ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini to the test to see if AI can make a pizza game together.
It doesn't really make it original.
First thing I did was loading up ChatGPT, selecting the thinking mode, because thinking is good, I've heard. I then wrote a simple prompt for the project that we want to create, and that we firstly want the interaction behavior made. My plan was then an interaction system, much like Half-Life 2, where you basically grab objects with no hands and just having the item float in front of you. Or games like Amnesia, but I wanted to be a slight delay to the objects, as if it was being dragged rather than held. Once chat was done, we copy-pasted that into Roblox Studio, and this is what we got. The carrying works, but the dough doesn't really drop down once let go as intended. So after arguing with ChatGPT and adjusting the model, he got the behavior to work. And if the player places it inside of a part, it will automatically be adjusted to be on top. A bonus is that if we drop it with movement, it will be thrown around as if we were a monkey. But hey, what are we missing? The toppings, of course. Because what is a pizza without toppings? It's just dough. And when you have just dough, it's practically just bread. So it's time to turn this bread into some pizza. I quickly made 3 different toppings. Tomato sauce, cheese, and to top things off, some ham. Get it? Top things off. Toppings. I then assigned the color for each dispenser, and then we need some decodes as images corresponding to each topping. So after looking at the toolbox for what we can work with, this is what I found. I then realized that we needed a working pizza model, so I quickly made one myself, and well, it's a work in progress, so let's leave it at that. Then we needed the dispensers to actually give out food, so prompting GPT with this, he ended up returning. It was a little buggy, but after giving further information of the situation, he managed to identify the issue. And this is how it looks when placing the toppings onto our very realistic pizza. But it still has some issues sticking together without getting gaps in between when moving around. So I switched LLMs and gave Grok the situation, and bro just said hold my beer and absolutely smashed the problem, and the interaction system is now good enough, I'd say. But on to the next, we need a way to cook the pizzas, because nobody just wants to eat a piece of raw dough. So what do? We abuse ChatGPT and Grok a bit more to create the way to cook the pizzas. And to make it a bit more realistic, I asked it to change the color of the dough depending on the cook time. So as a preview, this is how it looks like when you bake a pizza in the oven. I then asked Gemini to generate icons for the different toppings, and the results turned out to be pretty good actually. Then I created an area for the pizza to be delivered to the customer. I ended up making it so if you do a pizza correctly and fast, you'll be awarded a much higher sum of money. But if you take time on your pizza and your topping is wrong, then you will get a big penalty applied, or you get no money at all and you have to pay the customer. Then I got AI to create a simple customer script that spawns customers with a surface GUI that displays what they want. And as you can see here, if you bake a pizza and it's a pizza that the customer actually wants, they will accept it and walk away. I also got a way to get more dough, and a nice bar indicated how much time left there is in the pizza to be cooked. I then asked Gemini to instruct me on how to create a good end of the day GUI to get an overview on how good you did. I then made it order leaderboard that I decided to place in the lobby so that everybody that joins the game will see how good I am at my own game. It was then time to build a pizza place. I looked up reference photos online of Italian pizza places, and the vast majority had red brownish bricks and some sort of stone or wooden floor. So doing the walls and having the bottom part of the building, my plan is for our customers to walk through the main door here and then stop around this point to place their order, and once the pizza is placed by the player, they'll be exiting through the other door. And I imagine having the toppings on the opposite side, or where they're supposed to leave the pizza, will be working the best. So continuing this, I decided it was time to get some furniture, so that it's not that empty. So I opened up the toolbox, looking through the catalog for fitting tables to place in our pizza place. And when I actually found one, I placed them down into the shop, and then as soon as I did that, I realized they started to look kind of familiar. But ignoring that, this is how it ended up looking. And honestly, knowing me, this isn't all that bad. I mean, it's a bit dark, but if we add some lights, it's gonna look better. Imagine having the oven here, dragging the pizzas, having the toppings from here, placing on the pizzas, maybe some dough behind us. Then I decided it was time to make some lights, and I don't know how to make any lights, so I decided to get some from the toolbox and see how others have made them. So here we're taking some heavy inspiration, dragging the work out and putting it into ours. After adding the lights, this is how it turned out. And this is already a big difference from what we had, but if we change the lightning style, it can get even better. And I decided it was time to place out the waypoints for the customers so we can figure out where they're supposed to walk specifically. I'll test and see how the flow of the game will be. We can see the customer walking up and placing an order. We can get the dough, and then we can get the never happens. Now after arguing with the AIs again, they came to their senses and fixed the system, and we can now try again. So as you can see, the customer walks up, places an order, we get the dough, get the corresponding toppings, everything works perfectly fine. You didn't see that, we're cooking it, very problem free. Then we retrieve it, and boom, we're done. Game loop established. But I realized that I haven't made the tutorial yet. So if a player doesn't know how to interact with anything, the whole game is just destroyed. So what do? A tutorial? Pfft, no. I made a poster that I can place on a part, explaining how to use your game muscles. But honestly, I think it actually turned out pretty nicely. Oops, forgot to anchor it. Alright, now it sticks. Alright, so we got controls. Use your left mouse button muscles to pick up pizza/toppings. Use your right mouse button muscles to drop the pizza. I mean, if somebody don't understand that, then I don't know what to do. I mean, that is so clear and obvious. You got the mouse, you got the left mouse button, you got the right mouse button. What more do you need? Then I saw this make a nice counter here, as I've seen in many other places. Sight. I'm adding fat ass walls so people can't go outside and troll my game. This is unbreakable now, isn't it? I mean, nobody's gonna... But then to actually do something positive, I changed the models of all the toppings, including the dough. Now you might ask yourself, how does it look? Well, look at this pristine dough, this fabulous pizza sauce, and this immaculate cheese, and this insane toppings. Perfect, huh? I then got a quick lobby working, and I reused the lobby system from the previous video I made. And if you guys haven't seen that video, you should definitely check it out. Do it. And that's pretty much the game done. So can AI make a pizza game in Roblox? Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, there's tons of bugs, totally game breaking, but it definitely did a good job. If you want to see more gameplay, you can stick around to the end, and if not, you should leave a like, because why not? And if this video gets 1 like, I'll make another video.